What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the PBA Pick Em Preview Show. I'm Matthew Farber with KR Strikeforce, and joining me today are two amazing people, two of our very, very good friends from BowlerX, Lee and Krista Sant. Let's not waste any time here. Let's bring them up on the screen. Lee, Krista, how are we doing?
Hey, we're good.
Good.
How are you?
It's so good to see you guys. You guys are traveling like crazy, super busy. So I want to thank you guys for jumping on and being willing to take a little time to have some fun with us today.
Sure.
Pleasure.
Absolutely. So for anybody that's not familiar, PBAPick'em.com is a free-to-play predictive game where you can go in and you can make your picks for the upcoming PBA events. We've run it pretty much since the beginning of this PBA Tour season. And now we've got a contest that's open until tomorrow morning for the 2022 PBA League. So what we're going to have Krista and Lee do here is we're going to go through the 10 questions or so that are on this week's contest. We're going to bring them up on the screen. You guys will give us a little bit of analysis on kind of who you think is going to win, what it's going to take to win, and we'll get your picks submitted in. And then, guys, if you haven't played or don't know, even though it is free to play, if you get all the questions right, you win $10,000. And even if you don't get all the questions right, you still have a chance to compete for some really cool prizes. So, Krista and Lee, you guys ready to take the challenge here?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so here we go. Let's get the contest up on the screen, and we will go ahead and begin the contest. So here, guys, question number 1. Which team do you guys think will qualify as the number 1 seed for the Anthony Division Step Ladder Finals?
Okay.
Well, we talked about this a little bit on the way up on our trip up to Boston the other day. And I think that the Anthony Division is I think this is a stronger division. This is going to be a tough division to come out of. There are some really good teams. Yeah,
a lot of heavyweights.
Really good teams here. So, I mean, I don't know if we're on the same page with this. We need to get on the same page.
We'll try and do it in
real
less
quick,
than a minute.
Go through them. I mean, you got the LAX here. I'm cheating here. I'm looking at a list because there's so many players involved, and it's a lot easier to kind of reference it to get through this. But I mean, you got a team with Belmo on it. Obviously, you got the best player in the world.
You got fiery Chris Barnes on that team too.
Yeah, well, we talked. One of the things I think about this is a very short format. I'm going to say this will preface this whole thing by like whoever's going to win this. I mean, it's a very short format event.
Right.
I mean, it comes down a lot to chemistry, I think, and just kind of who's hot at the moment, and the flow of the players, and if they don't gel, if they're not getting pumped up and not gelling right at the right moment, I just don't think it'll just pass by too quickly, and they're going to miss it. So some of these teams have more experience than others in the format too. At Bayside, obviously, it's super unique. We've been there a couple times. There's nothing else like it. That's why we're going back again. Every year we try to bring more friends because the atmosphere is just electric.
Yep.
Anyway, so looking at this, I'm going to tell you that, and again, I'm making sure we're on the same page here. I think obviously the Lumberjacks have to be in the consideration here.
Hometown favorite.
Yeah, winning 2 times in a row, and obviously the only team that has a home field advantage. The LAX team is super strong with Belmonte at the anchor, assuming they're going to use him as the anchor.
Yep.
And I personally, though, and my sentimental favorite, to be honest with you, is the Detroit Motown Muscle. But I mean, I really want to see EJ and Anthony get this thing going together and get that team fired up. I think there's a lot of pressure on. Honestly, I think Kevin Williams really needs to step up on that team. If he can do that, I give him a chance for sure. I would really like to see them win it. But when we go through all these, and I know we don't have a lot of time, and I could talk about all the teams individually, but I will say that I personally think I like the Pabst Blue Ribbon Pounders. That is who I think. I don't know if we agree on this.
I think I'm about 75% there with you, but in the respect for the time that we have, I think I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, I like it. I like the chemistry of this team. I know Dick Allen has always bowled well at Bayside. Simonelli has bowled well at Bayside, feeds off the energy. Sean Rash is definitely going to feed off of the energy. He's been there before. We watched AJ Chapman there a couple of years back. He bowled very well. Almost didn't miss a strike at all. Bowled outstanding. And Anthony has bowled there before as well. And
it's a lot of bowling muscle on that team.
Yeah. No kidding. I like the chemistry there.
Yeah.
So I am going to go with them to knock off the Lumberjacks.
All right, great. So they're going to qualify as the number 1 seed here. Is it safe to say that you have them winning that side of the bracket as well?
Yes.
All righty. So we're going here. We're riding with the Pounders. I dig it. I think that would make for a great story. Moving on here to the other division, which team do you guys think is going to qualify as the number 1 seed for the Carter division?
That's right. We're talking.
That's right. We are talking about qualifying. So let me get that straight. All right. So this one, again, I think this division is a little more open. I think
this is anybody's match.
I really do see it. It's really wide open. I don't see a team that's, to me, super stacked. I guess if one stands out personally, for me, it's the High Rollers. I like the top 3 there. I like Francois, Andrew, and AJ at the top. I know they bowled really well. I believe it was last season. I get confused now with COVID.
Yeah, no, they did bowl very well last year.
Right. They had really good chemistry, very fired up. They got Eldamaro back. I think he was on the team last year as well, no?
Yep, he was.
Yep. So adding Matt into the mix there. We know Matt. He's a great guy, great kid. I hate to say kid, but he's got a lot of talent. I think he's going to be a really good fit there. I do like that team a lot. But then there's, you got the Dallas Strikers. You talk about experience. You're looking at Tommy Jones and Bill O'Neill there and Norm Duke.
Yep.
I don't know much about, I don't even know. I want to say Santu. I looked him up. I really don't know much about him. So,
right.
Go Motive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that we found that out. So, for me personally, I would say I'm going to go. I think the High Rollers will be the number 1 seed out of this division. I mean, I think
the added bonus to the High Rollers is, of course,
Yeah, well, Andrew and AJ are.
Well, no, I mean, love them, yes, but sorry. Amaretto has my heart.
I missed that. Yeah.
First things first here. First things first.
Priorities.
Yeah.
However, my problem is where I'm differing from you is, although Amaretto has my heart, he's not on the team. So where I'm struggling with this is I just really feel like the powerhouse in this division would be the Strikers, because I mean, legendary Norm Duke and Bill and Tommy are just phenomenal.
Yeah, and you guys were touching on the chemistry before. Talk about a team that's got tons and tons and tons of chemistry. So
yes,
definitely hard to go against the Strikers here. But it seems like you guys are going more towards the High Rollers here.
Well,
I think it's because we've got, let's be honest, there's 2 of our BowlerX teammates on there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Andrew Anderson and AJ Johnson. Go Team X.
All right.
I think we'd be remiss to not pick them as the number 1 seed.
Let's go with the number 1 seed. Then we'll talk about who's going to win the division, because you know what? That makes me think of something. I kind of got a thought in my head.
Oh, boy. All right. So which team, now going to your thought here, Lee, which team is going to win the Carter division?
All right. This is where, here I will go out and I will say then, I don't know if I'm compromising here a little bit with my wife, but I like the fieriness of the High Rollers, the energy. Obviously, AJ, everyone knows who watches any show on TV. Nobody's got more fire than AJ.
That is true.
You love him or you hate him, but he wants to win. He's going to lay it out there, and he's going to fire up that team. Sometimes, and I know AJ knows this, and everyone knows this. Everyone that plays sports knows this. If you get a little bit too amped up, you can actually maybe the moment gets away from you a little bit.
Yep.
I think he's been here enough times to have learned that he wants to win a title as bad as anybody. But if you're going to go with the cooler heads to win the division when it comes down to the end, that's where maybe I would side and go with the Strikers to be a little bit more, I would say, the safer pick. You know, if it was for everything on the line, I think it's the safer choice. Not going to say it's I'm going to go with my wife on this one. And I will go with the Strikers.
Does everyone hear that?
To win the division. They've heard it before.
All right, the Strikers taking the Carter division here. And now here, so you guys took the Strikers and the Pounders basically meeting up in the final. So for you guys, between those two teams, who do you guys think is going to win, the Dallas Strikers or the Pounders?
First of all, I want to apologize if there's any noise in the background. We're at a Dunkin' Donuts here. Yeah, they're grinding.
Hey, what is it? The world runs on Dunkin'? That's their slogan here? PBA runs on Dunkin'?
Yeah, we're running on Dunkin' right now.
Running on Dunkin'.
That's fine. You guys are busy people. It sounds great. No worries at all.
So, again, we talked about this too. Who would win the whole obviously, we talked about who would win the whole thing. We both agreed. We think the Anthony division is the stronger division. It's going to be tougher to come out of there. There's so much quality over there. I think, and I was looking at this just before we got on this call too, and I'll mention it now because I really almost see a battle of the managers, because there is where I give the Carter division the edge on bowling. I would take the Carter division bowling against the Anthony division bowling managers. Not that matters. That's where I think they have the only advantage here. So personally, I think you probably agree. I think the Pounders. I think the Pounders win the whole thing.
I think. What do you think, Krista?
Well, I don't agree.
Okay. Oh, we'll get a problem then. Now
here we go.
What do you think?
I'm really feeling very strong about the amount of experience on the Strikers. And you've got player manager Norm Duke right there. I just have a hard time voting against Norm Duke in any situation.
Sorry, it's from the ocean.
Okay.
However, we have to come to an agreement.
We do.
How do we do that?
Want to flip a coin?
Well, we can flip a coin here. I got this little microphone case. We can do roadside is the Strikers, and then the blank side here is the Pounders, if that's okay with you guys.
Okay.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
All right. The coin flip is done, and it is the face side up.
All right.
So there you have it, folks. Right. So we said face side was Strikers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Face side was Strikers, indeed. All right. So
if the Pounders win, just so everyone knows, I said so. I told you so.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But you should know, Lee, that it was just fate, right? What is the saying that they say? Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yes.
Valley Strikers going all the way.
Yes.
All right. Moving on here to the next question, guys. So we did include here some questions about the Strike Derby, the All-Star Clash, which are part of the PBA League week, the PBA League festivities, we should say here. So for anybody not familiar, the PBA Strike Derby, they will take 12 contestants, I believe, that go into the PBA Strike Derby. And out of all those contestants, the top two will get a first round bye after they do their qualifying portion here. I believe last year, in order to get that bye, it took 10 strikes, I believe, to receive that bye, somewhere roughly around there. So based knowing that, how many strikes do you guys think it will take to receive a first round bye for the PBA Strike Derby?
What do you think? I think 10. I think if that traditionally I would stay.
I know I can't disagree with 10.
If I remember right, the striking pace, it could be 9, but I'll just say because I remember that event. I forget where it was held. Same place I think that they had the.
Wasn't it?
Was that?
I think it may be in Jupiter. Was it?
Oh, Jupiter. Oh, maybe.
I don't remember. I don't
could be
remember.
wrong, but I think the carry percentage there was very high. Is that
Right.
one of the shows that the pins were just flying?
Yes. I think it might have been. I'm not 100% certain, but what I do know is that it's interesting to watch the bowlers go from qualifying, where you're bowling at a very slow pace, and that's where the bowlers are taken from based off their qualifying scores individually, and then they're put into the environment where they have to just fire away shot after shot after shot after shot. And you can tell that at the end, you get guys that are absolutely gassed. So, not throwing shots at anybody, but if you get some older players on the show that take their time and they can make good shots, and then they go onto the strike derby, I think younger guys genuinely have the advantage there.
Matt, you might be swaying us here.
You did.
I think you're swaying.
I just thought of a couple. You're right. There's some older players that are going to make it, and I have to say this: it's probably not unknown to most people in bowling, but this is a big party atmosphere up there in Portland. These guys are going to be having some fun. Not just on the lanes.
No.
Off the lanes. When you come in the next day,
this is the background analysis that we need here on the show.
Yeah.
Correct. I've seen it.
We've seen them dragging.
We participated, and we're going to do it again.
That's what it's all about.
So you figure they're gonna spend the night out, have a good time.
Yeah.
Then they got to come in and bowl where it counts, and then this is kind of like a side event for them. Don't get me wrong; they want to win. I know that. But talk about getting gas, and you have not a good night's sleep. Let's go. It could be 9 or less. You want to go 9?
9.
How many minutes is it again?
It's 2 minutes.
We'll go 9.
So you figure if you get one shot in, I mean, every 5 seconds would be ridiculously fast. So I mean, you got to figure if you get one shot every 10 seconds in ish, that's probably a slower pace. That's gonna that's gonna get you 12 shots ish. So figure you're probably getting somewhere between 12 to 15 shots. If you're firing, maybe 15, 16, 17 shots. So, and then also keep in mind, right, they've got to use different balls on every single lane. A lot of these guys use interchangeable thumbs. They're using different thumbs and different feels, Yep. And I think generally speaking, there's usually like one lane where everybody's using like their weakest ball possible, and they're just kind of like firing it straight at the head pin. So, and they do the strikes in this event tend to come in bunches. They tend to come in. Some guy either starts off hot with 4 or 5 in a row, and then he dies down towards the end, or somebody usually can't strike for like the first 30 seconds, and then they manage to throw like 6 or 7 in a row. So, I think that 9's a pretty good prediction.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about 9.
We'll go 9.
All right, 9 it is. Moving on here, just a little over halfway done. So now moving on to more question. Another question about the strike derby here is, between the two bowlers in the finals, how many strikes will be thrown in that championship match with both bowlers combined? So you basically got 4 minutes total of bowling here. 2 people that are left in the finals. How many strikes are going to be thrown both bowlers combined?
23.
So there's 4 minutes of bowling. So it's 2.
Yeah, no, well, sorry. It's 2 minutes for each guys. 2 minutes for each guys. Yeah, so you got to think 4 minutes.
I just threw a number, 23.
23?
You're more analytical. You're going to take that number of seconds, 60 seconds,
average it out.
3 seconds, blah, blah, blah.
I think it's lower.
Lower.
You also got to remember they have qualifying, and then they've got a couple matches, and then they could very well be tired. And if you remember, I think, did Chris Prather win it last year? I think he was throwing the ball 100 miles an hour down the lane. I mean, you got to get tired, right? You got to get tired. So got to take that into account.
Yep. Let's go.
All right.
I'm going to say 18.
Oof, 18 and 23.
I'll let you have this one.
All right.
I'll let him have this one.
All right.
I'm all about the give and take.
Okay, it's all about balance. All right. So now the interesting part, right, is that even though they're individual competitions, there's still team components to all the other side events that go on at the PBA League. So which team, knowing the players and all the rosters of all teams, which team do you guys think the winner of the Strike Derby will belong to?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a tricky question, no doubt. but you got to take a lot of things into consideration here, right? Who's going to bowl well in qualifying of the actual league component of it, because that gets them into it. Then who's got the kind of the I should say the stamina to get through the event to make it all the way through. Who's got the tricks maybe to use 4 different balls on 4 different lanes at once, right? There's a couple different components that go into this question.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list here. So refresh my memory too on this. Well, how are they selecting who's making the strike derby? Is it what?
So it will be the top 12 bowlers, no matter the team.
Yep.
The top 12 bowlers from qualifying, their individual scores will get into the strike derby.
Okay. Ooh. All right. I've almost got my pick already. You got your pick?
Yep. Now we hope it's right, and we hope it matches. So
Who do you think? What? Don't say a player, just what
I'm
team?
not going to say the player, but I'm going to say the player is going to come off of the high rollers.
That's funny. You know,
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you what,
Funny
we're
why?
probably going to go with that because that was my first thought. But now before you said that, I actually changed my mind because I think I see 2 people on this team that I think have a great shot. So the odds of the player coming off of this team are better because there's 2. I was only thinking of one guy off the team that you said that I think that I was leaning that would think would be the one that would go and win this.
Okay.
But I see 2 that could win off of this team. So the odds
Me
obviously
too.
are better.
All right, Las Vegas High Rollers. We got a lot of faith here in the
We're
High
going for High
Rollers
Roller.
for this event. And now the next question here, similar, is which team will the winner of the All-Star Clash belong to? Now, this is a little different. The top bowler from each team will advance to the All-Star Clash. So every team has an even shot at making it to the All-Star Clash finals.
How am I doing? Am I almost done? On the top shelf,
You want to go with your other idea?
on the top shelf here, the second one over.
Gosh, this is a tough one too. I wish.
This one's rough.
Do I need more? One more?
All right, you know what? Since this team,
Okay, no.
and I have a guy in mind that I think has got to win something here because he just wins stuff,
Okay.
everywhere, and that's Kyle Troop. I'm going with the Lumberjacks.
One more?
Lumberjacks. And if I'm not mistaken, did the Lumberjacks win the All-Star Clash last year or 2 years ago? They won it recently, so I wouldn't count the Lumberjacks out. And talk about team managers too. They got a team manager. They've got the whole bit there. So let's go with the Lumberjacks.
Absolutely. They have a great team.
All right, and then last, getting down to the last couple of questions here. We've got what will be the winning score in the 2022 PBA League Championship Finals match? So what will be the game score of the winning game here in the finals of the PBA League Finals? Now we're going to see some higher scoring Baker games. That's the other component to it too, right, folks, is that the finals are going to be Baker format. All television bowling will be Baker format, so you got to keep that in mind.
Right.
Yep.
So we're talking about the finals match on Sunday.
Yep.
Just the winning score.
Just the winning
The
score.
winning score of the winning game.
Okay. I mean, we've been there a few times, and the scoring pace, I have a feel for the scoring pace. It's not super high. It's not going to be low, though. I would be surprised if it was really low.
I was going to say the number that just literally randomly popped in my head, and you can just
Oh, I
feed off
I
of
had
that.
one that popped in
Did
my
you?
head.
Did
So
you?
let's see what do you got?
Okay. Mine starts with a 2.
Yep, same.
My next number is a 2,
Ooh, okay. Maybe we'll go right in between.
and my third number is a 2.
2-2-2.
222. That came in my head.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you?
My first number was 231.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Not bad.
Pretty close. Just like a hit away. It's essentially just a
I
strike
have it.
away.
Look.
227. You know why?
Yeah.
My birthday's the 27th.
Okay. 227 it is.
227 it is. When you guys win the big money, it's because of Krista's birthday. All
Say
right.
it.
Let's click submit here. And the picks are in. We'll do a quick review here. So you guys have the PBA Milwaukee Pounders qualifying first and winning the Anthony Division the Las Vegas High Rollers qualifying as the #1 seed in the Carter division, but the Dallas Strikers using their experience to take the win in the Carter division. The Dallas Strikers also winning the PBA League, which would be really exciting. Maybe we'd see like, a little retribution for Norm Duke, coming in second at the Masters, maybe a nice way for Norm to get another victory here. 9 strikes to receive a first-round bye in the 2022 PBA Strike Derby. 18 strikes in the championship match for both bowlers combined in the PBA Strike Derby. The Las Vegas High Rollers winning the Strike Derby. The Lumberjacks winning the All-Star Clash. And finally, last but not least, 227 being the winning score there in the title match. Do you guys like your picks? Do you want to go back and make any changes here?
Gotta go with our
we
gut.
gotta go with
First,
it. Yeah.
first call. Gotta do it.
All right, first call. Gotta trust the gut here. Awesome time. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here. I know you guys are traveling. You're busy. I hope you guys enjoy your time, not only where you are right now, but tomorrow where you're going to be. And then for everybody that's watching and tuning in, tomorrow we'll be live again, approximately around 1 p.m. Eastern or so. Maybe some changes here and there. To do another live, and you guys will give some analysis and some updates as to what's going on there at the bowling alley, maybe from a bar, maybe not from a bar, who knows, and maybe a drink in hand. You never know. And we'll catch up some more on some PBA action. So thank you guys again. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Enjoy your Dunkin', get something delicious, maybe a donut for the road, and then I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, perfect. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Any final words before we sign off here?
I hope with my picks, we're heading up to. Did I say my sorry, our picks. With our picks, when we get to Bayside, I hope our friends up there, nobody's insulted or anything or upset that we didn't pick them.
Gosh, I hope not.
Yeah, it's tough.
Very
it's
difficult.
All right. Your excuse can always be you didn't want to cloud them because when you pick somebody, you don't want to mush them.
Right.
You wanted to keep them in give them a chance to win as always. But I'm sure as always, everybody knows this is all just for fun and games here. So want to thank you guys a lot. Thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, and safe drive. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Thanks for having us. We really are excited to be a part of this. It's fun, and I hope you all get out there and make your picks.
All right, awesome.
$10,000 and get your Dunkin'.
Get your Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. So does PBA Pick 'em. Thanks,
Krista.
guys. Appreciate it.
All right, take it easy.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. All right, everybody. Well, that does it for this episode of the PBA Pick 'em Preview Show. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys go to pbapick'em.com, get your picks in for a chance to win up to $10,000 and other cool bowling prizes. We will see you guys again live here tomorrow with Krista and Lee once again, so we can kind of review some of the action from the 2022 PBA League and all the little side events that are going on as well. So thanks a lot, everybody. Take care, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.